there we go. This is what trailers could be, should be, even. And Tom Cruise really puts it all on the line for this one. And this was the first little bit of the Mummy we saw. You can see why my expectations were so high going into it. I saw this in theaters with Andrew. This is another really enjoyable bad movie. I can't believe it made $150 million in the box office. I think they're lying. I genuinely, there is no part of me, there is no universe. Like, there's not a single dimension where this movie made more than $50.
What's the word?
Again, it was just me and Andrew in the theater watching this, and no one has ever talked about it since. It was a really fun bad movie. I saw this in theaters when I was a kid. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Glad to see it flop. This was terrible. This had Tim Allen doing his absolute best to try and stay awake on screen and failing. Even when I was a kid, I was like, man, this guy sucks. I liked Home Improvement. I loved Tim the Toolman Taylor, but I was like, damn, this guy does not want to be here. It's bad. It's really bad. Let's do like any random Zoom scene. I mean, that's not gonna work anymore. Zoom movie scene. The story is he hated being a hero or some shit. I don't remember why his brother didn't age, but Tim Allen's like 80.
Wrong place, wrong time, asshole.
I'm back, Zoom.
Just what I wanted.
There's a character called Bruno Excelente that's a sex offender. That's it. Wait, is he supposed to be a hero? Because that's kind of a hard guy to root for. Oh, Bueno Excelente. Is it DC? Bueno Excelente was a perverted sex offender whose skills earned him a place on the hero team, Section 8. This is real? I mean, this would probably be my least favorite member of the team. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I find it hard to root for a sex offender. His only ability is intimidation. His only heroic ability is to scare people with the threat and act of sexual assault. And he's part of the heroes. Okay, it's not exactly a hero team. Okay, so he's part of a team of villains. Then, what a character! He never spoke the words of Bueno and Excelente. It is implied that Kyle Rayner was drugged and sexually assaulted by Bueno Excelente. Man, it's such a shame they retired such a classic character in 2000. There's a Batman comic where Batman abuses his adopted son.
Right future disposal.
Dan, there's no truck here.
What do you mean there's no truck? Are you at the right place?
Yes, there's a busted up barrel and some green stuff, but no truck.
I don't know what to tell you. It's gotta be around there somewhere.
Fine. I'll have a look around.
Don't touch the green stuff.
Some of this dog shit. But like all of it starts to put together. Comics sound like they're in a pretty cool spot. Dog welder, I don't know. Dog welder, New Earth. A member of Section 8, which we just learned also had the convicted sex offender.
Dan, it's me. I found the truck.
Oh, that's great. Bring her on in.
This transport fee better be worth it.
Oh, trust me. We got a sweetheart deal.
The barrels don't seem very secure back there.
Yeah, you gotta be super careful. That shit is volatile. But as long as the barrels don't leak, you're fine.
And what if they leak?
Then you better haul ass on down here so we can dump those barrels fast. Either that or say your prayers, I guess.
Comics today for Tire. Bueno Excelente and Dog Welder. Like I said, I was never a huge comic reader by any means. And now it's in such a weird state. Oh my god, there's a dog welder too. The second dog welder was similar to the first one. this guy's got like actual lore. One day in an antique store, he was possessed by the original dog welder's welding equipment, becoming the current dog welder. His wife and family wanted to help him.
Hell yeah, just leave her right there, boss. Those orders keep rolling in. I'll update the map with all the new locations.
Is it safe to have all that toxic waste just out there in the city?
Oh, no, not at all. That stuff can turn people into radioactive homicidal maniacs. Be careful out there.
He watches his family. Why do you remarry that? He welded the family dog. His wife's like, I can fix him, I guess. He watches his family from afar, shows a desire to speak with him, but decides to leave instead. While in Gotham, he encounters Constantine, reveals to Dog Welder that he can communicate vocally by using dead dogs as puppets. Later, Dog Welder attempts to reconcile with his family, and however, his children are still very traumatized by their last encounter with him. His ex-wife, seeking to defend her kids, threatens him with a knife and urges him to leave. Realizing he is threatening the kids, he decides to leave the Section 8 and the pyramids and Egypt. There, Dog Welder learns the truth of his power. Bro, what power? He has welding equipment, kills a dog, and tries to weld it to a person. That's not a power. Like that, you have all the powers of a man and modern welding equipment. While they are attacked by mummies, Dog Welder lights his torch and is immediately transported to the Dog Welder afterlife. What does that even consist of? Paradise, I guess. Wow. Here he encounters the previous Dog Welder and learns their origin. The power of the Dog Welders is derived from a curse created by Anubis. After their conversation is concluded, Dog Welder returns to his friends. And that Anubis is always up to no good. I've said it since I was a kid. You can't trust him.
Dateline.
Like,
Santo. Ileso. Police have dismissed allegations that the Ketchum family is live streaming a secret murder circus from their abandoned factory compound on New Birmingham Island. Lawyers for the Ketchum family noted the island is private property and not open to the public. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Juana Villalobos, Star Registered News Network.
Jokes? Or is it like serious? Are these like actual stories? Like, do they take themselves seriously? They're not fucking jokes. I don't know. I'm getting mixed reviews. They're supposed to be serious. It's serious, and the comic series is a joke. I can't tell. Most people are saying serious. They're obviously not very serious. See, like that's what I would normally say. A reverse flash is supposed
Gotta haul this load to the dump.
in some of his crimes, while some are heinous. Some of his other ones are he trips Barry when he's a kid. He pushed Barry down the stairs. It's serious villain. That's where they're like big villains. Constantine reveals that Dog Welder has a lot of untapped power. As a result, Section 8 did knockouts and NASA astronauts and hijack the space shuttle. They arrive at the Sirius star system. Dog Welder leaves the ship and harnesses the power of all previous dog welders. He's able to weld the Sirius A and B together, stabilizing them. He says goodbye to his friends, knowing that the stars will expand and continue. Though he was content that this would prevent the curse from moving other people, Section 8 returned to Japan, where they all worked with the dog welders. The world-saving sacrifice will never be done. Damn, he is not very popular. The whole video on the Section 8 going on between the experts in the section vendor. There's thousands for a section. Here's one guy who spit tastes really bad, so he's Team leaders, 600. Cindy, okay, so this is definitely a joke series. They clearly, okay. I see. Those not supposed to be taken like in earnest. Oh my god, this guy actually did this. Holy shit. I just tried to think of the most useless power and I fucking nailed it. Wow. Wow. Well, I feel real good right now.
Now don't you move a goddamn inch.
I thought he would just spit on people and it tastes bad, but it looks like his is kind of like this. This guy might actually have a power. He accidentally shot off his own head while also fatally injuring the defenestrator. So he has energy projection but can't aim. Jean the Baton. Alright, pretty cool, pretty cool. So a thought. And then last one is shake. Alright. Well, I'd say the Canadian one is probably up there with the Justice League. They've got all the heavy hitters here. I'm guessing they didn't perform super well, considering their run only lasted like 20 issues. But I think we're overdue for the reboot. This was created by the guy that made the movies. Oh no fucking wait, what? Oh, Cardenas, you're right. Holy shit. Yeah, he's the guy that made The Boys. Wow, okay. I don't know why they don't credit The Boys here. I'm guessing this is just DC-related properties because we're on the DC fandom. But yeah, Cart made The Boys. Also, The Boys is a fucking terrible comic. Like, it's not a very good comic, but it's a great premise. The show did such a great job adapting it.
Slow and
It's just
steady.
Take a shock in a lot of places. I think there might actually be a real chance that they, at some point, try Section 8.
We've got a leak.
And I think it could,
Right view to disposal.
Dan, we sprung a leak.
Well, you better step on it then.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, true. He's really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only him and Tic Tac that survived the mini anger freeze, whatever that means. So the world is left with just the alcoholic and the guy who rapes people. He is one of the stronger members. But Dog Welder's the one that saves the world by welding stars together instead of dogs. By the way, apparently James Gunn actually considered Dog Welder for the Suicide Squad, and there was even a fan petition to remove him. They should have. He could have just been one of those people that die like immediately on the beach. Six Pack fixed his life after going to Alcoholics Anonymous, but then Superman ruined his life again for no reason. I kind of want to read this. I tried to read a little of The Boys, but I guess that's a bad example because it is just like actually a bad series, like the comic series. Yeah, you hear a lot of great
Nice and easy now.
about it though. Basically what we like, we just think a lot of comics aren't super cool. That's why for God's sake I've been making it even if we're reading.
Badass warriors this universe has ever seen. Super quickly, just for clarity. Diego's deadly magic is really undead in it. When he's turning his enemies undead, it's more like he is preventing them, and he's turning them into somewhat living graves instead. So he's not really the master of death. As you'll see, that title goes accordingly. His story begins as a warlord known as Sal. During his time, the main continents were occupied by barbaric tribes. Saruzal believed that by killing as many people as possible, he would please the gods of the afterlife, and so he forged an empire into blood and death, as his life was near the end. Great satisfaction in knowing that he would sit as a god stable into the glorious world. However, when he died, he found no glory waiting for him. Instead, Anudal stood in an empty grey wasteland, with an occasional soul drifting by. He watched as the spirits faded into the fog.
Now.
What's up?
Dan, we sprung a leak.
Yeah, you better get that truck down here pronto.
Just be ready for me.
Started listening to the recording and he heard promising power to any who would listen. And sure enough, he managed to tempt a few cultists into bringing him back to life. Lacking any flesh or bone, he told the cultists to bind his spirit to metal blades, forged in the likeness of his old armor. And so he rose as the Revenant of Iron and Hate. No longer called San Guzal, rather he was Mordecai. Originally, these cultists wanted to use Mordekaiser as a weapon in their trivial wars. But instead, Mordekaiser killed them all, and he used their souls to forge himself a brutal mace called Nightfall. With that, Mordekaiser's second conquest of the world started. But this time, he was wielding necromantic magic. All his enemies were confused because it seemed like Mordekaiser only cared about massacre and destruction. Entire generations perished under his campaign. But in reality, there was far more to Mordekaiser's real plan. At the center of his empire, he raised the Immortal Bastion, which became the largest structure on Runeterra. And he used that place to gather information about spirits and death, be it by capturing and studying demons, or torturing Yordles.
That truck's supposed to be here.
He did everything in his power to understand the realms beyond. Eventually, Mordekaiser became such a tyrant, the entire continent banded against
Gotta
him.
haul this load to the
When he
dump.
was ultimately defeated, it was not because of his enemies, but rather he was betrayed from his inner circle. The Immortal Bastion had a secret cabal led by a witch known as the Blood. They managed to separate Mordekaiser's spirit from his armor and seal the empty armor in a hidden place. As a result, without his physical vessel, Mordekaiser was forced out of the mythic realm. What none of the cultists knew, however, is that all of this was according to Mordekaiser's plan. The entire time, he was forging a destiny greater than the halls of Rome. When he finally returned to the empty wasteland of the afterlife, he was met by the hundreds of thousands who died under his reign. Prevented by his dark magic, they would never fade. They would be his eternal army bound to will. But even the weakest of the spirits were given purpose, just like he used the souls of the cultists to forge his fate.
You better back
The
off.
weakest of the souls become the building blocks of this afterworld. So Mordekaiser became the king of the afterlife. And even though he was cast out, with his physical vessel being banished into the Immortal Bastion, he was already planning on how to return. And once he does so, after so many people were sent into his realm, he's so powerful, nobody would know who he was. Since that is where his story got off, you know that this is set up for the future. Even in League of Legends, sometimes Mordekaiser is joked about as a raid boss. Once he starts rolling, you need the entire team to get him down. And Riot would be foolish not to choose him as a badass raid boss to get alone. Especially since we already know some of the other characters that we would raid. When Mordekaiser was conquering the world for the second time, he had two demons as his companions. These would be Diebold, the giant fire demon, and Atakan, an iron bound shadow demon. To get to him, we would probably have to get past the one who vanished the flood. And I wouldn't be surprised if we also met Saigon, the Yordle Mordekaiser tormented to get his Lordly. Finally, we would likely fight alongside Swain, one of the leaders of Nocturne who is actively trying to root out dark magic from us. So yeah, maybe Mordekaiser's story is not as long as Diego's, but Mordekaiser is built for the His story is simply badass, and you bet that's what people want to fight.
Dateline. Santo Ileso. The local food truck scene has a new reigning champion, Chalupa Cabra, a traditional taqueria that offers popular Mexican favorites on the go. Restaurant manager Chuy Hernandez announced that Chalupa Cabra would operate its trucks citywide to replace Twisty Creamy.
Better get a move on.
Hello.
Dan, losing barrels here.
Drive like hell, boss, or I'll be seeing you
Now,
on the
I
other
know
side.
we already
Thanks for the advice.
Story of the Watcher and we of the world. But we need to quickly do it again because if they get their own rate, it would be a really cool merging of multiple storylines. Basically, at the beginning of everything, there was nothing, just dark, empty holes. Until there was a spark of light. This spark of light illuminated the darkness with still ended. People before this event didn't even know about their own existence. Of course, since this first flight, all the Watchers up for the first time since the beginning of time, the Watchers got annoyed and they decided to silence it so they could.
That's it, boss. We'll take it from here.
We learned this Mars was indeed our reality. So to get rid of the light, the Watchers tried to poke it and paint it. They were always too big to get through and deal with it themselves. So instead, they reached into reality, stole something, corrupted it, and released it back, in hopes that it would destroy the rest of the reality. But even that wasn't too successful. Eventually, the Watchers started whispering into the light, and the ice witch known as Cassandra answered. The Watchers promised her people immortality and great power. In exchange, they asked Lysandra to prepare her world for the coming of the Void. In secret, behind the backs of her two sisters, the Watchers empowered the strongest of their followers and turned them into the Iceborne. And soon enough, the Watchers broke into reality. With it, Lysandra's allegiance with the Watchers was undeniable. But as the Watchers rose for the first time, Lysandra got to see how horrifying they were, and she realized they came here to destroy everything. In desperation, Lysandra sacrificed her sisters and the Iceborne to use their magic to freeze the Watchers beneath the ice. But even that magic wasn't enough. Beneath the ice, the Watchers were only they would break out if they tried to break. So today, Lysandra is kidnapping the surviving Iceborne. She freezes them in her fortress. She is then using their inherent powers to reinforce the ice, and she is feeding their dreams to the Watchers to keep them. As a bonus, Lysandra is killing anyone who remembers the old days, and who could figure out that she actually kinda betrayed all humanity. This setup on its own is enough to support a raid. Let's say we raid the Frostguard Citadel, which is where Lysandra is keeping the Watchers frozen.
Who made me do this?
There by crossing the Howling Abyss. This is the bridge that is incredibly iconic for League of Legends players. This is where you play Mayhem. I bet you never noticed that at the end of the bridge, you can actually see the entrance to the Frostguard Citadel. And in fact, the last of one of the soldiers who remembers the coming of the Watchers. After getting inside, we will fight Lysandra's frozen trolls. These are trolls that Lysandra twisted herself to serve her, but they are also supported by the Harbinger of Trolls, whatever that is. Then we would fight through Lysandra's army of the Drugworn. These warriors dedicated their lives to Lysandra, knowing that they are protecting the world from the end of everything. Next, we would face the most mysterious creatures of the Freljord. We don't really know what they look like in their pure form. We only know what they look like after they were corrupted.
Where's that truck?
And these would be the creatures with their very interesting names. There is She Who Wanders, They Who Endure, and It That Stares. Whatever these creatures used to be, now they are titanic, with their eye-beams disintegrating reality. Then of course we would have
Looks like these guys got too close to the green stuff.
Or we arrive at the frozen water. I think it's likely that we are going to fight one of them. And what's cool is that even though this is the toughest
Slow
enemy
and steady.
we have to offer, even if we defeat it, we don't really defeat all the Watchers. That's the clever backdoor of the universe. We can't destroy them all. They are the rival wars. There is an endless sea of them. If anything, our reality is a parasite in their void. So if we defeat a frozen Watcher, all we really do is plug a hole. And the Watchers continue. Anyway, this Watcher looks strange, doesn't it? Not really the floating eye that it was. Well, that's because, as it is with all the League of Legends stories, there is a twist. Just as the Watchers are able to corrupt the League, they are also
We got a leak.
corrupt themselves. Process always comes from both.
Right, Future?
Dan, we got a leak.
Yeah, you better get that truck down here pronto.
Thanks. You're a big help.
Or human life saving themselves. And since the Watchers in Freljord were frozen there for thousands of years, Legend of Runeterra shows us that once they would break through, then they would go back. They would have many but like this. The story told us they have fur from the animals, and they even have a creepy fake face. So no, this is not what a pure watcher would look like. This is a watcher tainted by the people of the realm. Also, you might be wondering, how do we actually see the most powerful beings in the universe? Well, that's where the stories lie. First of all, Lysandra would be the she would have to be on our side against them. Also, Primal Lord was born from the London Citadel. That's great for as a magic. So to help them supposed to be out there. So Horn itself would help us. But most importantly, there is another massive storyline that is Extrema centered around the Void Horn known as Velvet. Because this video is already way too long, just super quick. You know how the Watchers themselves have something in reality? Down in Extrema, a small pocket dimension formed, void and all reality. It was sort of like a cancer growth on the void. In fact, if you dive deeper into this, you may realize that this is directly correlating to real-life cancer. If you don't know, cancer is just sitting and decided, hey, I don't want to die. And that's exactly what happened. And the void started producing for it got tainted by the people and it formed self-awareness. Soon, because this cancerous growth inside the void is representing itself, who is known as Velvet. The void board that looks a bit fishy because she's from a harbor, but also she doesn't actually like the water. The water and everything. And all Velvet wants to do is to live. And so today, Velvet is consuming entire cities at a time. And she is rebuilding everything with information she got. With her ultimate end goal being to rebuild all reality. So that she could be a reality and she would be strong enough to fight the Watcher. Of course, at this time, she doesn't
unload
have
right there.
all the information together. So whenever she's recrafting and people, it all looks uncanny. However, at this point, she consumed hundreds of thousands of people, and she's using all of their brain power, so Belveth is very smart. Now, the reason why this storyline is important is because Belveth once talked to Kaisa, and she offered her a deal. If mortals help Belveth consume reality faster, she would spare them to be the last she would consume. Belveth said that she did the calculations and she knows that humanity could never beat her. But at least, with this deal, she gave them the chance to create a weapon or maybe find a hero who maybe could slay her. She knows they could never achieve it, but she is willing to give them the chance. And you see, this is where we can get another twist. This wasn't confirmed, this is purely my theory, but I believe that there is a way to destroy Belveth. See, Belveth believes that we can't beat her, but the fact is, she used hundreds of thousands of human brains to figure it out. But the humans can't even comprehend the power of the Celestials. So I believe Aurelian Soul could destroy her. She just doesn't have the brain power to figure that out herself. So what I think is going to happen is that at some point we are going to beat Belveth. She realizes she was wrong. She realizes that humanity is stronger than her when fighting the Watchers, and she decides to help us destroy them. So should we ever get a raid on the Frostguard Citadel, I wouldn't be surprised if before that we got another raid where we delve into Belveth's little pocket dimension, and with her help we move to the north. Or, we just destroy her, that would be way cooler. So all of that is still just a wild theory. The fact is, we are fighting with Watchers. That is inevitable. And that was all the raids I wanted to show you. All of them are supported by the lore, and it is up to Riot whether they want to do them or not. Except the last 3 raids. Those are happening, there is no way around it. But because people are going to freak out, let me give you some honorable mentions. This universe also technically has the Grim Reaper. While they may have many forms, the most well-known form of death itself is Kindred. We wouldn't really have a good reason to fight them though. since death isn't really an evil entity in this universe, but, you know, they exist. I would also love to fight against Vladimir's Henomancer. We could also get a raid on the Earth side with
What the fuck is in those barrels?
Primal Dawn of the Wilderness. In the east, there is also the mysterious that's known as Ashland. 7 hands in 6 cities that is walking the Earth in a place known as the 7th Layer. Sheila is currently building its power, and it looks like a setup for the future. Also, there is Fiddlesticks, the primal and the most powerful demon on Terra. Fiddlesticks itself is just a puppet. Even but because Fiddlesticks is roaming around the world, I couldn't really figure out a raid setting. But you bet we are fighting him at some point. If you want creepy video to react to, find Fiddlesticks Cinematic. Simply said, the lore supports so much more than what I showed you today. And in the future, I can make a smaller video where I cover the dungeons of this MMO. All being theoretical. But for now, that's it. I'm running out of content, so let's
Not my fault.
what do we have next?
Right future disposal.
Dan, the barrels are leaking.
Move, move, move! Hit your burners, pilot!
I'm working on it.
You're listening to the Small Podcast. This is one giant episode, and like every episode we've done on Mayhem, all of it based on a form of how to get rich without getting lucky. I'm collecting them all here because we're going to see topics on the next episode. We published one of these giant episodes before, but this one's even bigger. It's about 3.5 hours long. It covers all the tips on how to get rich Storm, plus all the Q&A that we did after that, plus 10 minutes of bonus material to the very end that we never released. The overall sound quality of this episode improved a lot after the first hour. You can find a link to a clean transcript in the show notes, or if you go to the website, nav.al.com. I hope you enjoy. You probably know Naval from his Twitter account, and we're going to be talking about his epic storm on how to get rich without getting lucky. We're going to go through most of these in detail, give Naval a chance to expand on them, and just generally rip on the topic. He'll probably throw in some ideas that he hasn't even published.
Well, I'll be damned. You're killing it out there, boss.
Better to kill it than be killed.
Ain't that the truth? I totally thought you'd have blown yourself up by now, or turned into some kind of jelly monster. Anyway, keep those trucks rolling in. Lots more out there.
Back in the day.
Yeah, the How to Get Rich Speedstorm definitely hit a nerve. A lot of people say it was helpful, reach across aisles, and people outside of the tech industry, people in all walks of life. People do want to know how to solve their money problem. And everyone vaguely knows that they want to be wealthy, but they don't have a good set of principles to do it by.
What's the difference between wealth, money, and status?
Wealth is the thing that you really want. Wealth is assets that earn while you sleep. Wealth is the factory, the robots that's cranking out things. Wealth is the computer program that's running at night that's serving other customers. Wealth is even money in the bank that's being reinvested into other assets and into other businesses. A house can be a form of wealth because you can rent it out, although that's probably a lower use of productivity for land than actually doing some commercial enterprise. So my definition of wealth is much more businesses and assets that you earn while you sleep. But really the reason you want wealth is because it buys you freedom. You don't have to wear a tie like a collar around your neck. You don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. and rush to work and sit in traffic. You don't have to waste away your entire life grinding all the productive hours away into a soulless job that doesn't fulfill you. So the purpose of wealth is freedom. It's nothing more than that. It's not to buy fur coats and drive Ferraris or sail yachts or jet around the world in a Gulf Stream. That stuff gets really boring and really stupid really fast. It's really just so that you are your own sovereign individual. You're not going to get that unless you really want it. And the entire world wants it. And the entire world is working hard at it. And to some extent, it is competitive. It's a positive sum game, but there are competitive elements to it because there's a finite amount of resources right now in society. And to get the resources to do what you want, you have to stand out. Money is how we transfer wealth. Money is social credits. It is the ability to have credits and debits on other people's time. If I do my job right, if I create value for society, society says, oh, thank you. We owe you something in the future for the work that you did in the past. Here's a little IOU. Let's call that money. And that money gets debased because people steal the IOUs. The government prints extra IOUs. People renege on their IOUs. But really what money is trying to be, it is trying to be a reliable IOU from society that you are owed something for something you or someone who gave you the money did in the past. And we can transfer these IOUs around. So really, money is how we transfer wealth. There are fundamentally two huge games in life that people play. One is the money game. Money is not going to solve all your problems, but it's going to solve all your money problems. So I think that they know that. They realize that because they want to make money. At the same time, many of them sound believe they can't make it. They don't want any wealth creation to happen. So they virtue signal by attacking the whole enterprise by saying, well, making money is evil, you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. But what they're trying to do is they're actually playing the other game, which is a status game. They're trying to be high status in the eyes of other people watching by saying, well, I don't need money, we don't want money. And then status is just your ranking in the social hierarchy. So wealth is not a zero-sum game.
Okay,
Everybody
truck,
in the world has a
don't
house.
blow up on me.
You have a house, then you take away 5 that have a house. Anything, more houses that are built, build houses, but people build out building houses, and more people that can have houses. So wealth is a very positive subject. Create this together. We started this endeavor to create this art that explains what we're doing. At the end of it, it's brand new. It gives positive stuff. Status, on the other hand, is zero sum. It's a very old game. It's been playing it for 20 tribes. And it's hierarchical. Number 1, who's number 2, number 3. And for number 3, who's number 2. Number 2 has to move out of that slot. So status is a zero-sum game. Politics is an example of a status game. Even sports is an example of a status game. The winner that must be a winner. I don't fundamentally love the status game. They play an important role in our society, so we figure out who's in charge, but fundamentally we play them because they're necessary. The problem is that evolutionary basis. Like if you go back thousands of years, status is a much better predictor of survival than wealth is. You have wealth before the farming age, before farmers stored in hunter-gatherers carried everything to their backs. The hunter-gatherers lived entirely in status-based societies. Farmers started going to wealth-based societies, and the modern industrial economy.
How about that? Nice going, boss.
Societies. But there's always a subtle competition going on between status and wealth. For example, when journalists attack rich people or attack the technology industry, they're really bidding for status. They're saying, no, the people are more important, and I, the journalist, represent the people, and therefore I am more important. The problem is that by playing these status games, to win at a status game, you have to put somebody else down. That's why you should avoid status games in your life, because they make you into an angry, combative person. You're always fighting to put other people down, to put yourself and the people that you like up. And they're always going to exist, there's no way around it. But just realize that most of the time, when you're trying to create wealth, you're actually getting attacked by someone else, and they're trying to look like a goody two-shoes. They're trying to up their own status everywhere.
One thing you mentioned before the interview that stuck with me was the idea that you think everyone can become rich, and that perhaps some of the ways of getting rich or the idea of wealth is vilified by some people in other countries. Say, you want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think there's this notion.
Try something, Saint. I dare you.
Right, it's like rooted all the way back down to money all evil. People think that you have money, and you know it's somewhat true in that in a lot of the world there's a lot of theft going on all the time. The history of the world, in some sense, is this predator-prey relationship between makers and takers. There are people who go out and create things and build things and work hard on things, and there are people who come along and think with a sword or a gun or taxes or crony capitalism or communism or what have you. There's all these things. So even in nature, there are more parasites than there are non-parasitic organisms. you have other parasites in you who are living off of you, and the better ones are symbiotic and giving something back, but there are a lot that are just taking. That's just the nature of how any complex system is built. But what I am focused on is true wealth creation. It's not about taking money. It's not about
What the fuck is in those barrels?
and creating abundance. Obviously, there's not a finite number of jobs or a finite amount of wealth. Otherwise, we still just live in caves, figuring out how to divide up the firewood and the occasional dead deer. So most of the wealth in civilization, in fact, not most, all of it, has been created. And it got created from somewhere. It got created from people. It got created from technology, but productivity got created from hard work. So this idea that it's stolen is, I think, this horrible zero-sum game that people who are trying to gain status play. But the reality is, everyone can be rich. And that I see that in the first world, everyone is richer than almost anyone who was alive 200 years ago. 200 years ago, nobody had antibiotics, nobody had cars, nobody had electricity, nobody had iPhones. So all of these things are inventions that have made us wealthier as a species. Today, I would rather be a poor person in a first world country than be a rich person in Louis XIV's France. I'd rather be a poor person today than an aristocrat back then. And that's just because of wealth creation. The engine of technology is science that is applied for the purpose of creating abundance.
Stay calm.
Hey, boss.
Dan, losing barrels here.
Oh, shit. Either move your ass or kiss it goodbye.
I'm working on it.
Hardware. Go out there and use those robots or bridges or programs or every part of the what do you think my guess is what will happen is those robots, software, hardware, everything would all be living in massive abundance. We would essentially be retired, and none of us would have to work for any of the basics. We would have robotic nurses, we'd have like hospitals, we'd have self-driving cars, we'd have arms that are 100% automated to clean energy. So at that point, we could use technology breakthroughs to get everything that we wanted. And if anyone is still working at that point, they're working as a form of expressing their creativity. They're working because it's investing in you and build and design things. So I don't think capitalism is evil. Capitalism is actually good. It's just that it gets hijacked. It gets hijacked by improper pricing of externalities. It gets hijacked.
Don't you move a goddamn inch.
Overall, capitalism is intrinsic to the human species. Capitalism is not something we invented. Capitalism is not even something we discovered. It is innate to us in every exchange that we have. When you and I exchange information, I want some information back from you, I give you information, you give me information. If we weren't having a good information exchange, you go talk to somebody else. So the notion of exchange and keeping track of credits and debits, this is built into us as flexible social animals. We are the only animals in the animal kingdom that cooperate across genetic boundaries. Most animals don't cooperate. When they do, they cooperate only in packs where they co-evolve together and they share blood, so they have some shared interest. Humans don't have that. And what lets us cooperate? It's because we can keep track of debits and credits, who put in how much work, who contributed how much. That's all free market capitalism is. So I strongly believe that it is innate to the human species, and we are going to create more and more wealth and abundance for everybody. Everybody can be wealthy. Everybody can be retired. Everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. If you don't want it, that's fine, then you opt out of the game. But don't try and put down the people who are playing the game, because that's the game that keeps you in a comfortable, warm bed at night. That's the game that keeps a roof over your head. That's the game that keeps your supermarket stocked. That's the game that keeps the iPhone buzzing in your pocket. So it is a beautiful game that is worth playing ethically, rationally, morally, socially for the human race. And it's going to continue to make us all richer and richer until we have massive wealth creation for anybody who wants it.
And it's not just individuals secretly despising wealth, right? There's countries, groups, political parties that overtly despise wealth, or at least aim to.
That's right. And
Look
so
sharp there.
countries, political parties, and groups are reduced to playing the zero-sum game status. And in the process to destroy wealth creation, they dragged everybody down to their level, which is why the U.S. is a very popular country for immigrants, because it's the American dream. Anyone can come here pretty poor and then work really hard and make money and get wealthy, but even just make some basic money for their life. Obviously, the definition of wealth is different for different people. Of course, world citizens' definition of wealth might be, oh, I have to make billions of dollars, and I'm completely done. Whereas to a third world poor immigrant just entering the country, and we were poor immigrants who came here when I was fairly young in the United States, wealth may just be a much lower number. It may just be like, I don't have to work a manual job. Like, I don't want to work. But you can decide that to essentially bring the entire group down to that level. If you get too many takers and not
All right,
enough takers,
check it out.
society falls
Shady
apart.
Oaks Medical
In
Clinic.
communist country,
Now I know what you're thinking.
right?
None
There
of
are
us have
certain
medical
people
degrees, but
dividing
that's
and
okay.
reallocating that people are literally
Because the
starving.
whole thing is a front, see?
Kilograms
We
of
just have to look
body
legit enough for insurance companies to pay us lots of money
That's the way to
for
think about it.
fraudulent claims.
Organism,
Now here's my friend Tamira.
really
She knows
parasite.
all the angles of the
You
insurance
actually
game.
need some
Go talk
small
to her,
liver
and she'll help us
parasites
get the
to stay
ball
healthy.
rolling.
And you need a lot of symbiotes.
Hey,
like
Tamira. Welcome
Yeah.
aboard. You ready to get to work?
Sure am. My
Right on.
automated claim generation code is ready for beta testing.
What's that now?
It produces fake records and documents based on real-world data. It should be good enough to fool the fraud detection algorithms.
That sounds really complicated. How about I just throw myself in front of cars and trucks? And the harder they hit me, the more money we get.
Sure, if you want to die. With my system, all we gotta do is push a button.
How about I do insurance fraud my way, and you do it your way?
You're the boss.
I'm talking about ethical
Just
wealth
be
creation.
careful out there.
I'm not controlling capitalism. I'm not talking about mispriced externalities like the environment. I'm talking about free minds and free markets, small scale exchange between humans is voluntary and doesn't have an outsized impact on others. But I think that kind of wealth creation, if a society does not respect it, and a group does not respect it, that society will plunge into ruin and darkness. Obviously, we want to be wealthy, and we want to get there in this lifetime without having to rely on luck. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. You know, I like to think that if I lost all my money, and if you dropped me on a random street in the country, within 5 to 10 years, I'd be wealthy again, right? Because it's just a skill set that I've developed, and I think anyone can develop. You know, in 1,000 parallel universes, you want to be wealthy in 999 of them. You don't want to be wealthy in the 50 of them where you got lucky. You want to factor luck out of it. There's really 4 kinds of luck that we were talking about. This came from a book. Mark Henry's wrote a blog post about it. But there's different kinds of luck. The first kind of luck you might just say is that blind luck, where I just got lucky because something really out of my control happened. You know, that's fortune, that's fate, etc. Then there's luck that comes through.
Hey, our crew just finished a job. You want to go with me to get our cut?
Sure. Meet you at the church.
Activities, you're generating a lot of energy, you're doing a lot of things. Lots of things will just get stirred up with the dust. It's almost like mixing a petri dish and seeing what combines, or mixing a bunch of reagents and seeing what combines. You're just generating enough force and hustle and energy that will find you. A third way is that you become very good at spotting luck. So if you are very skilled in a field, you will notice when a lucky break happens in that field, and other people who aren't attuned to it will notice. So you become sensitive to luck, and that's through skill and knowledge and work. And then the last kind of luck is the weirdest, hardest kind, but that's what we want to talk about, which is where you build a unique character, a unique brand, a unique mindset, where then luck finds you. For example, let's say that you're the best person in the world at deep sea underwater diving, and you're known to like take on deep sea underwater dives, and nobody else will be there. And then by sheer luck, somebody finds a sunken treasure ship off the coast they can't get at. Well, their luck just became your luck because they're going to you to get that treasure, and you're going to get
One of our crews just pulled off an armored truck heist. They're splitting up the cash.
Stealing insured money. My favorite victimless crime. Let's go get our piece.
And asking you to extract it and having to give you half. That's not luck. You created your own luck. You put yourself in a position to be able to capitalize on that luck, or to attract that luck when nobody else.
Remember when we had to pull our own heist to pay rent?
Yeah, feels like it was last week.
Seems like cheating. Our crew does all the work and we sit back and collect money.
Who trained the crew? We did. And who has the crew's back if they screw up? We do. Exactly. We earned the right to sit back and collect money.
Yeah, you're right. I guess we've hit the big time.
It's too good to be true. No, I don't think it's impossible. I think that you may have to work a little bit harder at it in personal circumstances. I mean, remember, I started as a little kid, right? So if I can in that sense. Now, obviously, I had all my limbs, I had my mental faculties, and I did have education. So there were some prerequisites to get past. But if you're listening to this, video or podcast, you have the requisite means at your disposal, which is a functioning body. And having bad luck along the way, we're still fortunate that the second little fortune that I made, or I should have made, I got cheated by my business partner. Only the third time around, and even then, it has been a slow and steady struggle. And I haven't made money in my life in one giant
There they
payoff.
are.
It's always been a whole bunch of small things piling
Stole an
up.
armored truck and busted it open?
Well,
Good job.
like we do
Thanks.
businesses and doing
The training
opportunities,
video on the weak points of different models really helped.
it hasn't
Well,
been like
preparation is key. Eli taught me that.
wealth has not been generated by one.
Wiped the prints yet?
Twice.
Packs up
Even
little
sprayed it with
bits
air
at a
freshener,
time.
just in
More
case the
options,
rain
more
off.
businesses,
I
more
like the
investment.
thoroughness.
Got the money divided and bagged up. Here's
He's
your share.
assertive. He's building his brand online. He's building videos. It's not like any one video is going to suddenly shower him with riches overnight. It's going to be a long lifetime of learning, of reading, of creating. This is going to compound.
Shit, the cops found us.
Getting
There's a
wealthy
team.
to retire. So you have your freedom. Not retire in the sense that you don't do anything, but you don't.
Watch yourself! Keep at him!
Can't hide. I can smell you.
Remember your training. You got this.
I, in fact,
What the hell? Did they send the entire precinct?
This is a lot of heat for one armored car.
Getting out of my ears. The thing I keep running out of is time. There's just so many ways to create wealth, to create products, to create businesses, to create opportunities, and to have a byproduct of society that I just can't even handle it all.
I think it's pretty interesting that the first three kinds of luck that there are ways for them. And then for that last kind of luck that comes to you out of the unique way that you act, there's no real cliche for it. So for the first three kinds, there's dumb luck or blind luck, the first kind of luck. The second kind of luck is the cliche that fortune favors the bold. That's a person who gets lucky just by stirring the pot and acting. The third kind of luck, people say that chance favors the prepared mind. But for the fourth kind of luck, there is
One of our crews just pulled off an armored truck heist. They're splitting up the cash.
matches the unique character of how react back, which I think is interesting and perhaps an opportunity. And it also just shows that people aren't necessarily taking advantage of that kind of luck the way they should.
I think also at that point, it starts becoming so deterministic that it stops being fun. So the definition starts fading from nothing to yes.
And I vaguely said that somehow Galio was not able to actually see this, and I think earlier on, and you said was see this, that's unfortunately he's probably gonna die, so that's really bad. Now you said, is he gonna get him? Ah, yeah. This is so horrible because, like, how did he not see that coming? How did he not see that coming? I was preparing a potential gank on Malphite, by the way, here. On Irelia's lane, by the way. Like, I was trying to look, but Irelia just goes in and dies. So I can't gank her anymore. It's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. The Trina is very low here, but yet again.
Stealing insured money. My favorite victim is crime. Let's go get our piece.
The enemies already have 3 kills. Yeah, they already have 3 kills. Irelia died twice, and Galio died. But yeah, I couldn't really do anything about it. Like, all I'm just doing is just getting my level 5. What it's also all about is next wipe.
Remember when we had to pull our own heist to pay rent? Yeah, feels like it was last week.
Seems like cheating. Our crew does all the work and we sit back and collect money.
Who trained the crew? We did. And who has the crew's back if they screw up? We do. Exactly. We earned the right to sit back and collect money.
Yeah, you're right. I guess we've hit the big time.
Really, actually, somehow. Right here, I'm probably gonna take the damage just to take the scout of gravity. Nice. That's actually worth it. Oh, I have to ult her. I missed my third ability! I missed my third ability! Oh my god, did you see that? Oh, look at the damage! Oh, we can win! Look at this, look at this! Yes, triple kill! Oh! Oh, it's a Bloodra kill this early on in the game. Oh my god, that was so good. Oh, I jumped them down with that ability. And that's what I mean, like late game, you just this smoke and you
there they are.
All the way. Now right here, I just flashed into them to surprise them.
Stole an armored truck and busted it open? Good job.
Thanks. Your training video on the weak points of different models really helped.
Well, preparation is key. Eli taught me that. Wiped the prints yet?
Twice. Even sprayed it with air freshener, just in case they bring in dogs.
I like the thoroughness.
Got the money divided and bagged up. Here's your share.
But I did a gank, I did a counting gank and I got 4 kills on the bottom side. And again, as a Shivani, you don't have to gank. Only gank when you have your ultimate. Like, only gank when you have your ultimate. Because without your ultimate, you're not gonna kill anyone. It's so hard to kill someone without your ultimate. No one helped top. GG. I go feed and troll. After our team gets a quadra kill, he says,
Shit, the cops found us.
And here it starts. Here I'm looking into a gang. This should be a good piece of work. You don't have to be here. I don't want to
Remember your training. You got this.
It's empty sitting up there, by the way. Like, because of the street games, you actually run away. I'm not right to do it. But yet again, like, Shivana can take jungle camps.
You need some time to train.
the hell? Did they send the entire precinct?
This is a lot of heat for one armored car. We need to get the crew out of here!
We'll draw the cops after us. The rest of you scatter.
Guys, let's look at the again. I'm just getting ahead of there. Yeah, I don't want to fight into that. If I die there, we'll just
Nina, grab that armored truck. Nice. That should keep their attention on us.
Actually, yeah, we should outskill them. They're not even doing the dragon. Interesting. Look at this. Look at that damage. Oh my god, look at that damage, dude.
24/7.
Nice. What? What happened? Wait, what? Malphite ulted me, but then Tristana ulted out of it. I think that's what happened.
You don't think you can kill me?
I would have died if Tristana had a ulted connection. Uranis has trash jump. Yeah.
Smeel, just give me 1 second.
Right here. I realized it's already at morale. I did kill the same guy, but I gave a 1k bounty.
Boss, everyone got away safely. No one got caught.
Awesome. Nina, time to lose them.
Gotta reload.
Get those 200 stack points for the cars like this, and the 400 stacks for the past cars like this. I can't reach her though. You can see it. I can't really reach her, so I can't. Already I get ganked again. I cannot do anything about this. I literally cannot do anything about these ganks. There's absolutely nothing I can do. She's always overstepping, and she's going 4 times. I cannot do anything about that. Damn it! Oh my god! Boom, boom, and boom.
Hang on, I'm busting through this blockade.
I think I'm out.
That's how you do it.
Why can't we follow this?
Better than that. I'm out.
Breaking news. Police Chief Michaels is coming to us live outside the Santo Ileso police station.
I'll make this quick. The Santo Ileso PD has identified a new menace plaguing the streets of our city, known as
Holy shit, that's us.
the Purple Shirt Mafia.
What? That's not our name.
As of today, they are public enemy #1, which is why I'm creating a special task force to bring these criminals to heel.
A task force? Holy shit. We really have hit the big time.
You do realize this is gonna be a huge problem, right?
They can't even get our name right. How much trouble can they be?
We'll see.
2 levels higher than her. I mean, I'm not going because I don't have an ult. Like honestly, I don't really care about this early. It's much better for me to take their jungle. Like genuinely taking their jungle is worth more than killing Malphite here. Because I just took away so much golden experience from Lee Sin. I got my stacks and I got a blue buff. Like this is totally worth over going for a weird fight with Malphite, which has no reason to happen. Like right now, I'm almost sitting on 300 stacks at 9 minutes into the game.
No strong, buddy.
Again, just farming, just chilling. I'm very close to 300 stacks. It would be very nice if I can get it, but I'm not going to be able to get it. I wanted to fight this because I realized, hey, we can actually fight. Because I'm so incredibly fight. We can probably fight this. I also got a stone plated champ. Yeah. Nah, never mind. We can't fight it. Like I can't go in here. I mean, if I go in here, I'll just get one shot. Galio can follow up with me. Like when I go in and Galio ults, it's very nice, but I'll probably just get one shot. Irelia is fighting again. 1 versus 1. I'm trying. I can't gank him if he's dead. Right? Like that's the thing. I cannot gank him if he's dead. old Malphite with yet again. He's just running away too far. I could kill him, but I would have to waste everything. Ultimate and smite and flash, but screw that. I would much rather use that during an actual team fight than to kill a stupid Malphite. Like, I don't really care about Malphite. Irelia is insulting me again. Alright. Going to the barber tomorrow, by the way, guys. I won't look like an idiot. Irelia says he's making moves, guys. And the thing with Shyvana is it's such a high risk, high reward champion. Because if you screw up your ultimate, you're absolutely screwed. But of course, your ultimate gives you so much power, so that's the whole thing, right? Like, you should not screw up. Like, look at right here. Boom. I'm gonna flash over because I know I have the on-hit effect on both of them. My third ability. Here's where I use the Stone Plate to tank up the Katarina damage, and I'm back in, right? We can take this dragon. We can take this dragon. Like, I can secure it over the Lee Sin. I do so much burst damage, and like, look at how much I just missed my third ability on a dragon. How bad am I? Like, legit, what is that? But look at this damage that you do at the dragon, it's crazy. Like, you chunk down dragons like absolutely crazy. You take them within like 5 to 10 seconds, depends on how fat you are. And here, yet again, like, don't walk away. Our jungle, look, I'm not trying to chase Tristana or anything like that. I really don't care. I just want to feed myself. Because like, playing like this is really gonna accelerate your lead compared to the enemy jungle. Like, constantly stealing away their jungle and not trying to chase dumb kills. That's what gets you ahead in games, especially as Shyvana, because she's one of the fastest jungle clearers in the game. Because of her third ability to clear jungle so unbelievably fast. So use it, right? Like, use it. Use it to steal away jungles. Almost level 13, which makes my ultimate recharge much faster. Like, level 13 is so slow on Shyvana, because your ultimate recharge is twice as fast as when you're level 5 9. It's literally twice as fast. Like, 2 Fury instead of 1 Fury per second, and 2 Fury per attack instead of 1. Right here, Irelia, I want to gank the Irelia, but she's just dead. Like, how can I gank a player that is stepping under the enemy turret while we don't have an actual turret? Like, I just can't. I can't. So instead, I'm just gonna go for this fight instead. Malphite should be a free kill. Like, your third ability, first ability, he flashes away. That sucks.
Be sure to keep a close eye on the cash app. Hit the limit, your whole revenue stream shuts down. That's the downside of laundering money over the phone.
So that's third ability poke, by the way. You'll see in the late game. I want you guys to pay attention to how much I actually heal when I do use my third ability. When I have 400 stacks, it's just out of this world how much. Also, obviously, when quickly farming and taking jungle right after a fight, you can take like one jungle camp and heal right back up. Like, you can heal 1000 HP or something from a single jungle. It's that crazy.
Snickerdoodle fucking loves this place. She keeps running off and exploring. I can hardly even find her. At least she shows up for meals.
I don't have my ultimate, so I'm not fighting.
Wow, I'm not even high.
All I'm doing is I'm attacking the blue buff. And yeah, again, I'm not fighting because it doesn't make sense for me to fight here. Like, all my teammates are dying and I'm ignoring them. Because as a Shyvana, you don't want to fight like this. You really want your ult. Like, look at this. All of them are dying. I don't have ult. I can't do anything. Irelia, yet again. I don't know what's wrong with this Irelia. Like, I was kind of trying to figure it out. Like, what's happening? Why is Irelia one
I could really get behind Electric Card.
Maybe he's trying to blame others for him being really bad at the game. Like, kind of justify him being 110. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he got burned. I can't do anything here. I can't do anything. So I'm just farming. I got my 400 stacks now though. So now the game changes. This is the moment where you can really go in as a tank, go out, use that third ability to heal right back up, and then go in again. So the enemies have to deal with 2 Shyvanas, not just 1. Like, that's what you can do now. So the gameplay shifts. Your gameplay changes now. I don't want to give this dude illusion, to be honest. I didn't want to smite it away from him because I wanted to use it during the fight. But I'm not sure why he took the red buff from me. I'm so much stronger than him. That should be a free kill, right? That should be a free kill. She can't run away. Even if she flashes, she can't run away from me. No, she can't run away. There you go. This is worth it. This is worth my ultimate. Look at the healing that I get, by the way. Just how crazy is that? I'm full HP. I'm full HP. I'm literally full HP. This game I should have probably gone for Spirit Visage, actually. So you have a Soraka as well as, you know, the Omni-Bank and everything like that. Especially probably done for Spirit Reduce this particular game. I don't have an ultimate anymore. He can fight Spirit, but he has a blue buff, so he has a Baron buff. So yet again, but I should not. Should I take the jungle? I probably no, I shouldn't because they're pushing our top lane and our bot lane. So that's why I'm actually not taking the jungle this time. Because I'm not gonna be that greedy. First of all, I already have 400 stacks. Secondly, I don't want to lose inhibitor turrets for jungle. I think it's obviously not good. That was a pretty painful Baron. They got quite a lot of turrets for that Baron. At least they didn't get an inhibitor turret, so that's nice. Shyvana, do you like these stats? Indicating like, do you like me trolling your game? Are you enjoying it? How disgusting is this player, guys? Unbelievable. Why are players like this allowed to play the game? Like, how do these people not get banned? I mean, how disgusting is this? Shyvana, do you like it? I'm 9-1. I'm hard carrying the game. Trolling. Nice. No, I mean, I want to fight, but I can't fight back. Because he reset the 300 abilities. But right here, look at this. I mean, look at this. If I go out, third ability. Ooh, they applied anti-healing on me. So my third ability didn't do me a lot there. But to actually have it work very well, you have to wait a little bit, like 3 seconds or so, for all the anti-heal abilities to run out. Oh, I killed him right before he got to kill Lucian. Oh my god. He would have killed Lucian. But I really quickly killed him, so he wasn't able to kill Lucian. That was close. Now I can body him. I can be more aggressive. That's all of my body. More aggressive. If you fight, you don't actually not. First time there, just man. Why is game and you're getting carried by all your teammates? Why are you so mad? These players stop healing. Oh my god, these players. Seems like my team is doing well. I don't really care if my team is doing well or not. I'm just taking 2 dragons. It's such a good enough for us to take. Now we have 2 dragons, which is quite nice. And yet again, you see this? I'm not fighting. I'm just taking their jungle. Because I don't have to fight. Like, my team doesn't have to fight. And if they fight, they should only take the fights that they get easy.
Newsflash. Santo Ileso. Public health officials are warning people to stay away from trucks filled with toxic waste. They may contain chemicals which can turn ordinary people into violent homicidal killers. A condition doctors are calling toxic rage. This has been the Star Register News Network. Juana Villalobos reporting.
I was thinking about going back, but I'll fight this. Red buff? Ah, it's not I don't have to go back because I'm full build and I'm full HP and I have a blue buff, so that's
Back away or you'll regret it.
At all. Right. Auto, I know. It's so hard to fight them. They have a loop, like whenever I go in, I'm just one more. That's fine. This team doesn't have an actual initiative, so I already have to. So I have to initiative, and they're always gonna put more people down and stuff like that. That's why I have a strong pick. That's why I have a light pick. That's why the ultimate has to go. Nice. Lane pressure as well, guys. I just can't. If I feel my whole life, this should just be it. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Look at what I mean. Boom! That applies anti-heal on me. That's my body. Oh, look at this! Look at the healing! Yeah! It's crazy! We win the game! Wait, do we win the game? We win the game! See that? Oh my god! Look at him running out! That's it, running! I got the kill as well! Look at him! Ah! I was not even happy about that because I carried an extra. Let's see how much damage I did and everything like that. Before we end the video, I should say. I won every game today, except for one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next Politics video. Bye bye.
Our gang top lane. Get the first turret, then she can snowball more early. More.
Are we live? Yes, we are live. It's working. Lord, can you tell me? Okay, wait, let me make an announcement right on YouTube. Finally live on YouTube. You'll take care. I will. There are so many people in the chat already. Maybe. What's happening? So people like, by the way. Oh wait, I think the music. Here we go again. If I play music, I put that realize I do play normal music here. Watch esports, please. What's playing right now? It's playing something right here. It can win. Maybe if you donate 1k, we can talk about that. Hey, to no one's streaming. I don't see any comments right now. No music? How many people are watching live right now? I can see the number. How many people are we right now? I cannot see the number. Where is the number? Like no copyright, yeah, I can do that. Copyright music, no copyright sounds. Yes, they have a good playlist. I can just play their playlist. No, wait, that's not them. No copyright sounds. That's the name. Playlist, no copyright sounds. Okay. What songs do they have here? Oh, okay. Old school. We're back to old school songs again. Hi! Okay, wait, let me see this song. I can show it to you guys so you guys can see the songs as well. I can't see how many people we are. I'm alive. 100 people right now. Okay. Oh, the thumbnail looks scuffed though. Wait, let me switch to the thumbnail. Oh, that's not good. When did I make the normal one live? I did make the thumbnail for like live streams recently. Wait, where is it? Okay, I know, I ain't finding it. Okay, whatever. Actually, it should be like this. So, did you guys miss me on YouTube? Did you guys miss me on YouTube? Leave a like then. If you guys missed me on YouTube. when is Warcraft launching in India? I think you guys need to wait a little bit longer. No idea.
Why don't you play AoV anymore? It's not popular in Europe. Like, barely anyone plays it. Not many people play it anymore, that's why. Wait, why is this in the way, man? I can't see anything. I can't see the view amount. Okay, here I can see it. Oh, it's the. I think I'm gonna remove this maybe in the third. The sound is. And this that's so weird. Did you see the new skin leaks? Yeah. I need to show up, right? When YouTube, I need to show up. I only stream. Why YouTube streaming instead of Twitch? I just wanted to try it out since I'm streaming at this time, like 2 PM. I feel like more people would watch it.
Okay, truck, don't blow up on me.
$2 from Eno, yo, thank you very much. Hey, if you guys want to see more YouTube streams, how about some support and some love? Let's go. Hey, by the way, guys, I've made a guide for iTunes. I'm gonna play it with more people. Check out my iTunes guide, by the way. You can watch it. Check it out later.
What's going on back there?
It's just you. It's working for me fine. Oh, I didn't check what to play. With Wukong, with Yumi. They have a lot of mobility. I feel like I should go for tank.
This episode is brought to you by
Just lost a barrel.
Drive like hell, boss, or I'll be seeing you on the other side.
On my way.
Cars over $20,000. You're bound to find a car that'll put a smile on your face. You can offer customizable driving and you're down in monthly payments. To shop thousands of affordable vehicles 100% online, download the app or visit Carvana.com. Availability may vary by market.
Amazing energy here. Chiefs and Chargers in an enormous AFC West game. He's got a pump fake. Fires it. Side off top. Touchdown! One-handed grab. He's got Justin Watson burning Jimmy. C. Johnson. It's up with the goal line. Nick Jalen Watson. He took a big shot. Herbert continues incredible. Elvis is going to come down onside kick. Noah Gravy covers up for Kansas City. Here's the Rose on there. Jacoby B. On down and Jacoby. What is it? That means two. Hey, here the people. The people got what they wanted last night. 2 AFC Titans going head-to-head in Kansas City. It was the Chargers looking good. Kansas City not playing their best game, but in the end, it was Patrick Mahomes. What's the question that we asked about Patrick Mahomes? Well, Patrick Mahomes was in the winner's circle after the game. What did you think about the Kansas City Chiefs offense? I think I told you. I literally was talking to you about how we talked so much about the quarterbacks that got deals this offseason. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Is Lamar Jackson going to get a deal? Of course, Aaron Rodgers. And then the extension of other quarterbacks. One that got a deal this offseason, Josh Allen. Justin Herbert is also in that conversation. And Mahomes like, y'all forgot about me already?
That's it, boss. Show us how it's done.
And the beautiful thing about this season for Mahomes is now that he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, a lot of people will get a chance to appreciate him spreading the football around. Good point. And throwing and running from different arm angles and making every big throw and being willing to be involved in shootouts. I know you're a part of Bill's Mafia. And imagine, they had a chance to win a playoff game last year against this team. But Patrick Mahomes got the ball back. That's the guy that he's looking like right now. Shredding NFL defenses. No wonder I drafted him on my fantasy team. You know, no wonder I did that. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. He's been terrific. Andy Reid dialing it up. The Kansas City Chiefs look extremely explosive. Both teams put up big offensive passing yard numbers yesterday. They did, and the Chiefs didn't play their best game. Like last week against the Cardinals, they looked absolutely unstoppable, but they got the win. They got it done. We talked about Mahomes celebrating him, but it's time to talk about the other quarterback, Justin Herbert. So much hype, as you mentioned, going into this season. He lived up to it. Had himself a great game, put the Chargers in a position to win, but got a little injured later on in the game. What do you think about Herbert? Well, he didn't get a lot. He didn't get a little injured. He got a lot of hurt. And there's a difference. When you're injured, you can't go. But he was getting pounded to the point where it's like, you know what? I need to take a play off. Like, sit down. Exactly. Let me just breathe and catch my breath. You know what I do applaud? How he is a young quarterback, understanding that many people, like myself, know that he's in on the ascension, that he's going to tough it out and find a way to play. Because if 250, 300-pound men were hitting me as hard as they can, and the play wasn't over until they fell on top of me, then I would still be in a fetal position. But he found a way to be competitive, get back out there, and try to give his team a chance to win. The most exciting play made on the field had nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert. It was Travis Kelce getting a catch. Now, we've seen Travis Kelce run over DB every single game. Seems like every time he touches the ball, he runs over another DB. But not this time. Not when he sees Derwin James around the goal line. Jalen Rose, take us through the most exciting tackle I've seen in a long time. I said it. I think that's around the corner. That's how I felt for Travis Kelce. Like, oh no, for impact. Ooh, from the cannon. And the thing is, he got a little help from his teammate while Kelce was up in the air to get the slam down on the ground. I told you, Derwin James, who also got a big deal this offseason.
Not again. Gotta find that truck.
One of the hardest hitters in the game. You know, D-back is one of my favorite positions. But again, I like what we're doing right now. We're highlighting my favorite position, D-back. One of my favorite plays, a physical hit by one of my favorite players, Derwin James. But then we're also acknowledging something that doesn't happen often. We don't see many
and steady.
Because the rules change. Yep. We don't see many punt returns because the rules have varied. But we see a potential Jalen of the Week candidate doing something really special at the goal line.
Stay calm.
Great future.
We just lost a barrel.
Oh shit. Either move your ass or kiss it goodbye.
Thanks. You're a big help.
Play of the night. Chargers on the goal line. What happens next? And also, as Herbert elite quarterback status, these are the mistakes that he can't make. Because the Jalen is there to take advantage and make a house call. Yeah. 99 yards to the house. And That play by Jalen, in a lot of ways, was a game changer for the Kansas City Chiefs. A timely play, a much needed play, and a play that got him Jalen of the Week.
Jalen Watson is Jalen of the Week, but the game of the week this weekend might just involve the GOAT, Tom Brady, and the Bucs going to New Orleans to play the Saints. Wait till you hear this. 0-4 in the regular season against the Saints, and Tom Brady has been above the year. I don't know why this is the case, but it is the case. I love Jameis Winston. You can think there's a chance the Saints can be upset here.
Big Cameron in that defensive line. Sure. You already know what it is. Being physical, a lot of times being able to get pressure on Brady to knock him off of his spot. For somebody that isn't mobile, people are going to say what should happen to make Tom Brady uncomfortable. And that would be to blitz him up the
right
middle,
there,
to
boss.
punch him up the middle.
Don't do it.
Yet, he's almost 50. He's in his mid-40s, and he got 7 rings. So, that hasn't truly been successful. But for some reason, as you mentioned, that front four of the Saints and Cam Jordan's been giving them problems. Jameis Winston looked good last week, going to Michael Thomas, who got a TD pass. Leonard Fournette ran the football, caught it out of the backfield really well. Tom Brady stood up right, made plays in the pocket. This is a big opportunity for the Bucs to beat a team like the Saints on the road, as you mentioned, that's owned them the last 4 times they played.
I expect the Bucs to win. The Saints needed a miraculous comeback to beat the Falcons last week, and the Bucs made light work of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, without Dak Prescott, will be hosting the AFC representative of last year's Super Bowl, the Bengals. Both of these teams are coming off losses. Which team is most desperate to avoid an 0-3 start?
Well, desperate Dallas, because they don't have their starting quarterback. And so, I mentioned, you can't win the Super Bowl clearly the first week of the season, but you can sure lose it. And that's what happened with the Dallas Cowboys when they lost Dak Prescott. Their goals aren't happening. Not winning the division, not winning the conference, not winning the Super Bowl. So, going down 0-2 just becomes
Such a bad idea.
a domino precursor to the countdown of when we start talking about Mike McCarthy versus the team's record. Stay tuned.
Jalen, for the first time, 24 games. The Lions are favored. The Lions started as two favorites. The line is 6-2 because so many people jumped on the Commanders. It might be a different by game time. However, Mr. Rose, how do you feel about the big win, cover last week for the Lions, heading into this one against the Commanders as favorites to win the game with your guy, Jared Montana, under center?
I can't front. Where's Jared Montana? Can I see my guy, Jared Montana? Of course. He feels confident in me each week when my Detroit Lions take the field. And by the way, Carson Wentz is on, 3 teams in 3 years? Yep. And the one thing about his opportunity is this might be his last opportunity being starter. But for the Lions, I believe Spook will play. He said he's going to play. Our run game was really good last week in particular in the first half. It was great to see DJ Chark get a touchdown. Here's what needs to happen this week. We need more hockey. That's what we need. That's the security blanket, the future perennial all-pro. And you know what else we need? A couple of Hutchinson backs.
Yep. They did too much from Hutchinson last game.
Welcome back, boss.
I want a little more from Hutchinson as well.
And a big win for my Detroit Lions.
I got the Lions in this one as well. I can't wait to gamble on them and sweat that out because they're going to win, but they're not going to win by a lot. And we'll see what happens at the end of the game. And the next one we have is a very interesting matchup between two teams that got wins in week 1. We have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. The Dolphins traveling to Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Mr. Rose, and my guy, Mike McDaniel, make it 2-0 for Tua and the Dolphins? Possibly. But here's the storyline that I'm going to be looking forward to. How many times people put Lamar Jackson, because I've done it, with the Dolphins. Because he is from Florida, he hasn't signed a long-term contract, and it seems that the Dolphins are still trying to figure out if Tua's their guy. Here's also what I would love to see. Go deep to the cheetah. Like, it's okay. Just go deep to the cheetah. I want to see more of that. It's great they moving him around, trying to give him short screens, and go deep to the cheetah. Like that. That makes him happy. Because let me tell you what's going to happen after this weekend. If the Baltimore Ravens win, and the cheetah don't go over 100 with 2 TDs, you might not be happy with quarterback situation. You might not be happy. Well, he did say that Tua was the most accurate quarterback that he's ever played with, but that was about 2 weeks ago. We'll see what happens at this one. I believe this one will be close. I don't think I'll be gambling on this one because I think it's going to be a short victory for the Ravens. Jalen Rose, who is joining us. The Butcher comes. Minutes. The Butcher coming. The Butcher coming. The capital of the Black Soprano family. 1/3 of Griselda and our brother, Benny the Butcher.
Thank you. Jalen and Jacoby is brought to you by Guardian.
Every college football season, Goodyear knows the importance of winning on the road. The road will always demand confidence. Confidence to handle whatever the game brings and to perform under tough conditions. But just like the players and fans of college football, Goodyear is not only the great NFL ticket, you're also the official ticketing partner of ESPN. And with Vivid Seats Rewards, when you buy 10 tickets, you get the 11th free. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Life happens live. Receive reward credit equal to the average price of the 10 tickets purchased, excluding taxes, fees, and processing costs. See vividseats.com/rewards for terms and conditions. Coming to you live from the Hurricane River here in New York City. Welcome back to the show. There's Kobe Chandler. Who joins us right now? Who's coming? Senior Bills correspondent for Jalen Jacoby, Benny the Butcher, is right here, right now. Thank you so much for taking the time. Yes, sir. So, I don't know if you saw the game last Thursday. They were playing the Super Bowl champion Rams, and they waxed the Rams. Bills waxed the Rams. What did it feel like watching that second half?
So great. He sucked the air out of that building they got over there. For real, they had the Rock, Wayne Johnson, bring them out. They had Chloe Bailey. They had whole building. You know what I mean? It's my whole movement, but man, it felt good to see the guys do that, and they dominated. They didn't just win, they dominated. That's what I was looking for.
They did, and Benny, talk to me about the ascension of Josh Allen. So you guys asked Stephon Diggs, give him a #1 receiver. So many young ascending quarterbacks, but how people are paying attention to the fact that Josh Allen has a legitimate chance to be considered one of the best in the game.
Man, every year just consistently getting better. That's what you can ask for from your players. You know what I'm saying? And he's just getting better. He's threading that ball, like he's getting more accurate. When he first came, he wasn't this accurate. I've seen his accuracy just go through the roof, and I just seen like his poise. You know, man, he just matured as a player just so well, and man, we couldn't be. We just thankful for him.
Absolutely. And, 2 seasons ago, the Bills kind of snuck up on the league. Last season, there were expectations that they met. This season, it seems like a lot of people are just penciling it 20-0 and straight to the Super Bowl. How does it feel to have such high expectations for your hometown team?
Man, it's crazy because I come from the old era, you know, the 4 loss era. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting for them. So to be in this space right now, to see everybody giving the team love and the players getting love and the city excited, the players excited, it is different. The energy is different in Buffalo and at the stadium. Trust me.
And I gotta acknowledge, not only he repping the Cold Bills Mafia hat, he's one of the endorsers and promoters. He's a season ticket holder. He is 10 toes down as it relates to Bills Mafia. But last year, I remember we were by Conway Suite. Shout out to the Machines, shout out to West Side Gun, the Griselda family.
Yes, sir.
You told me everybody talking about the offense, but pay attention to the defense. What about how physical and rough the defense looks so far this season?
Man, I talk to the guys, so Vaughn being there, it's a whole new energy on the line, and not even a line. Like if those DBs keep playing great until our guy come back, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy until Trey White come back, and the other guy's still gonna be playing good. So it's almost scary. It's almost scary, man. I just love it, man. And it's one thing to be playing good offensive ball, but when the defense is going crazy, like, you know, defense will championship.
We all know about Von Miller, Davius White, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, but who are some of the players that are lesser known but impactful, important players on this roster?
Glad you asked that. I'm going to tell these people, look out for guys like Christian Benford. Look out for him. You know what I'm saying? He a guy who fought his way in the NFL, fought for his position, and he's hungry. Look out for guys like Micah Hyde. Look out for guys like Hoyer. You know what I mean? Like those guys are people who want to eat and who've been with the team for a minute. And those guys who want to eat. I believe Singletary, he's gonna have one of his best seasons up to date. Man, just a lot of guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody. It's like next man up type of thing, man. Everybody who get on that field ready to ball.
So, Vinny, you're the capo of the Black Soprano family. And all I know is I keep seeing new song, new bars, Pretty Ricky. You know, y'all just dropping stuff. Please let us know what's happening right now with the Black Soprano family.
Long live DJ Snake is out right now. That production, Primo on there. We got Alchemist on there. Production from DJ Shay. So it's that sound, that Western Gate, that Buffalo sound, and we just going to town, man. You know what I mean? Black Soprano family. Long live DJ Shay out now. You know what I'm saying? That's our mentor, our coach, and he passed away through the COVID of 2020. We named the album after him to show him some love, but we going crazy on that job.
So Tom Scruff is the lead single, produced, as you mentioned, by DJ Premier. Now, I know you always bring it in the booth, but over a Primo beat, like, how do you approach that differently?
Oh, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready because, you know, a guy like Primo, he worked for all the best. So, you know what I mean? Like, he know good, and he know when it's not good. You don't want to bring your A game. You want to be prepared. You don't want to come in there sounding generic. You want to show Big Unk that you're ready. You know what I'm saying? That's like a test almost. So you gotta be mindful of that. And we're gonna give you some game in the process too. So it's always good working with a legend.
No question. And of course, the Griselda family kicks it off. We got Black Soprano family. We got Michelle Records. Can you just acknowledge for everybody some of the artists that got next? Shout to my homeboy Boldy James. Just acknowledge some of the guys in the family that got Stove God. Just acknowledge some of the guys that got next.
I'm gonna let y'all know who got next. Stove God was out of here. You know what I'm saying? Rome Streets, he out of here. Armani, the whole new class of Griselda. Rick Hyde going crazy. We're going crazy. Fourth base. Wes is a talented guy, man. He's a good coach, and he knows what he's doing. And he picks people who know how to listen and know how to follow in his footsteps. So I see this thing going on forever. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be a while, man. And Wes did his thing, and he taught us well. He gave us the game.
Peace Fly God, shout to Monty Caesar, Rock Marciano, got the album out with Alchemist. They just doing it.
So stupid, man. Stupid.
Let's talk about this upcoming game for Bills Bills correspondent, right?
Yes,
now,
sir. Yes, sir.
facing the Tennessee Titans, they have a gentleman in the backfield named Derrick Henry, and he's a large human being, and he's got strong muscles, and he runs hard. Yeah. What is the approach that the Bills need to take to slow him down?
I believe we're gonna stop that line. I believe like these guys look more faster than me. They look stronger than me. But I'm not gonna lie, Kobe. That Henry boy, that's my worst nightmare. That's my worst I remember when Richard was playing for the Dolphins and it was snowing all over this, but it's like we just gotta man up. It's another test. It's another test. I believe that we get past these boys because we get past the future. So like, man, I don't see nobody rocking. It's just certain tests that we had a couple seasons ago. We had to beat those guys. We had to beat the Chiefs. So man, we gotta adhere to the tests that we gotta get early in the season.
And of course, an artist that functions in a group, he functions solo, I gotta ask you about a different sport, basketball. The New York Knicks had the opportunity to get Donovan Mitchell. It didn't happen. And the Nets, they're gonna bring back KD. They're gonna bring back Kyrie. What do you foresee just happening in New York professional basketball this year?
I think.
Are you ready for our next job?
This fancy-ass hotel?
It serves a wealthy clientele. You never know whom you might find here.
Your money, your plan. Let's do it.
Sit around and watch people keep going through these rounds of the playoffs and not being there. That's not them. That's not their character. They haven't showed us that in their career.
Come on, let's go.
I believe them to show up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm expecting the Nets to show up. Like we expected a couple seasons ago.
That was intense.
You know what I mean?
Where's the loot?
Oh,
New York basketball, man. I just met Walt Frazier the other day. What was crazy?
What do you mean?
I'll tell you later. Watch the cops.
Legend!
Here they come.
Come on.
Your sideburns?
Yo, that's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, yo, you got to catch your choice. But he was so fly, man. He had the like, now, he looking good, skin clear, looking up, teeth white, bright, looking up at me, smiling because he was sitting down. I'm like,
what happened back there at the hotel?
I shot my husband.
You what?
I told you it was personal.
Is he dead?
I don't know. Maybe. That wasn't the point.
What was he doing at the hotel?
A prostitute.
Oh,
I paid her off. She'll be fine.
My
husband? Not so much.
a divorce might have been easier.
Nothing was ever easy with that man. I let him keep me in that cage long
Those are
enough.
the kind of guys, for me as a youngster,
These people are in the way.
like Muhammad Ali, Clive Frazier, Will Chamberlain. That's why when I saw Clive Frazier and Magic Johnson, I'm
God,
like,
what a relief.
I need to go so bad. So bad. So I'm glad you got a chance.
The cops are out in force.
The police love my husband. He and the city council keep them well funded.
Think he called him? Maybe.
Considering where I shot him, he could still use a phone.
Where did you shoot him?
Do you really have to ask?
Oh, you think he'll still run for Senate?
He can do whatever he wants, so long as he leaves me out of it.
I'm going to Hollywood.
Kiss my old life goodbye.
Live. I said I can't say the city. I can't name the city because it's not right, but I'm going to be live on Halloween. I got to be live on Halloween.
What's it coming?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't say it live on TV until they send a deposit. I agree.
You're right. So, like,
last year, you and the Griselda family invited us out to Buffalo. You hosted us. Like, it was amazing. You guys really took
So much better.
You were telling whether or not you would fight us. Love. Whether or not you would fight us. We're coming through. You know you're going to be here for games. You got game to go to. You know what I mean? We're picking games. It's like a night game or something, and we're coming back.
And let me know if I can have it laid out for y'all. Man, just always invite. And I have my girl with you back on
These police are so annoying.
So what's your plan?
We'll take a left up ahead at Serrano. There's a little detour past the friendly fire. We can lose them there.
No, I mean after that. Where are you gonna go?
Someplace they can't find me. An island, lovely beaches, and no expedition dreams.
Sounds nice.
You'll have to come visit me sometime.
Man, love to my big homies, and
Here
I'm
we
gonna see y'all
go.
soon, man. Y'all gotta get to Buffalo. I'm see y'all soon.
Done and done. Appreciate you. We'll be back with more. You're watching Jail Ninja Code.
I think we lost him. Have fun on your island.
Mayhem can happen on and off the field. Get protected from it this season when you switch and save with Allstate. As chaotic as college football is, our daily lives can be just as intense. Between home repairs, running errands, and driving to pick up the kids, there are as many changes to your routine as there are in the standings. And since mayhem can happen at any time, shouldn't you be protecting yourself with Allstate? Listen, we know how expensive mayhem can be.
What are we doing here?
Drivers that switch to
I can't
Allstate
keep living like this.
with
I gotta
Allstate,
dig myself out of this hole.
So you're in debt to the idols.
I'm going in there to settle this. Wait for me in the car.
Hey, your dime, your funeral.
Allstate agent today to find out how much you can save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's bedtime at the home of Sirius XM. But Conan O'Brien is still awake.
We're
Turns out
fucking dead if we don't get out of here.
You drive, I shoot.
Anywhere. In your room, by the pool, on Brad
So, you get things squared away?
I don't know. I just went in and started shooting.
Well, that's what I would have done.
The waves could rock you gently to sleep.
Don't encourage us, guys.
They're gonna kill me, aren't they? Fuck up.
What did I say last time about calming the fuck down? Nobody in this car is dying today.
You're right. You're right.
The
We
sun
got
may be
this.
interesting
You
with
heard
the
that?
win in game
We got
3.
this.
Now can they even the series in game 4 find
They
out
deserve what they
Sunday, 4
get.
p.m. on CBS. Nailing last night, Alyssa Thomas with the first ever triple-double to avoid the sweep for the Suns. Scoring the versatility, much-needed win, obviously, to avoid the sweep, big stage, NBA Finals, to put up the first triple-double that's major. Let's see if they can tie the series in the next game. Right in series.
I'm not their puppet anymore.
Look, you gotta make a choice here. Either get the fuck out of Dodge or go to war. The idols aren't gonna back down.
What do you mean? I just showed them not to fuck with me.
That's not how the idols think. If they know where to find you, they'll keep coming.
Oh, you're right. I need a plan. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Last week I chastised
Done with those fuckers!
against the line. However, when I saw that the Michigan Wolverines were favored by 46 or 47 points according to Ottawa, I made a lot of money on the Huskies. I can't lie. I made a lot of money on the Huskies.
It's gonna ruin my life!
Like, at some point you gotta pull the starters.
Okay, I've made my choice. First, we outrun these guys. Then I take this car and keep driving south. I've got a buddy in Cancun who can help me.
That's a start.
From there, who knows? I can do anything, right? I can be my own boss.
You sound just like my friend Eli.
They deserve what they get. I've wasted years on those assholes.
All they gotta do is score one. That's what the Wolverines understand. I'm gonna root for the Wolverines celebrating that one on Monday. But I'm gonna root for your money. Go through, have a great...
I'm not their puppet anymore. This shit is over. I'm ending this today! Oh, Jesus, here we go! I think we did it.
All right, right here is fine. And enjoy your vacation. You've earned it.
Vaya con Dios!
talking about what is going to be my mayhem moment for the weekend. The Yukon Huskies going to the big house to take on the Michigan Wolverines. All they gotta do is lose by 45. That's all I'm asking. It'll be absolute mayhem if they lose by more than 45 points. That is our mayhem moment. I'm playing for your money. I'm rooting for your money. I just want you to win like 30. I feel like 42 to 10. You know what I mean? Is that too much to ask for? Pull starters in the third quarter. Let the walk-ons get some real-time action out there. I like that. You go to the game? You go to the game? Not only am I going to the game, Gracie Rose is on an airplane right now to not only come to Detroit and spend time, but I'm taking her to Michigan's volleyball game tonight. And then I'm taking her to Michigan's football game tomorrow. I'm doing the full court daddy thing. Like, if we don't go to college and play volleyball, Michigan gotta be in the mix. Well, that'll be this weekend's mayhem moment. This mayhem moment is brought to you by Allstate. Protect yourself from mayhem and save money by switching to Allstate. It's Friday. That means all voicemail Friday. 9580-JALEN is the number to call. 9580-JALEN. All voicemails. We want to hear from you. Call 9580-JALEN. We'll put you on the show just like this.
Hey, yo, this is Josh and Kenny. Shout out Brandon Ledge. Thank you for keeping getting people what they need, what they're looking for. I need some help. I got a good friend who's in Buffalo, and she is a beautiful woman. And she invited me to New England Patriots to play in Buffalo Bills January 8th. I don't know. We're friends. She invites me out to a game in New England from Tempe. Like, we're very fun. So, what is this? Is this a lady just being fun? Like, oh, join Bill's Mafia, you guys are my experts, you got this discussion coming on, like, is she just trying to get me to join the Bills fun? Or is this like a relationship thing? Like, asking somebody to fly to Buffalo where you're watching the game against New England, like, it's a commitment, right? I don't know how to read this. So should I ask her out to dinner beforehand? Should I clarify things? I would really love some advice, guys, because you are my foremost experts on the Bills Mafia, and I have no idea how to read this situation. Thankfully, Josh and Tempe would get them.
Josh, you came to the right place. I know exactly how to read this situation. She wants on. She wants a romantic relationship with you. Even like my platonic male friends, I would hesitate before I flew across the country to go see a Bills game in January. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't want to watch a Bills game, Josh. And when you say you don't know how to read it, what you got to do? Get a billboard outside your apartment, my guy? She wants on. You should
90.5 Santo Alesso Public Radio. Enriching your day every day with
start your
classical
romantic
music.
relationship before the game.
This
I
is
think you
Sophia
accept it anyway. But by the time January comes around, you're either going to be, juntos and like on date number one, or it's going to fizzle out and you're going to have to cancel your flight. Mr. Rose, your thoughts on Josh and Kenny's dilemma? Josh, thanks for the call. Appreciate the love. Friday's my favorite day because we don't have to do any work. We can just allow our supporters to guide the conversation. Because we enjoy hearing from you and we enjoy hearing from each other, I promise. Here's what I'll tell you, John. January is a few months away, but it's not forever. I agree with you. You got to start chipping away at the relationship before the game happens. You got to be friend zone during the game. Yeah. By the time the game happens, you want to be arm around, maybe little hold hands, maybe a little something after the game, after dinner. Like, you want to be in the mix. Hold up, Jay. This is what it really comes down to. A couple things we learned in our trip to Buffalo. First of all, get your hotel room now, okay? Because those things sell out. They got too many options in Buffalo. And me and Jalen ended up sharing a hotel room, right? So what needs to have happened by the time you get on the plane, y'all know you're both sleeping in the same bed. You can't get to the hotel room and ask if this is a pull-out couch, or they say, would you like a queen or 2 twins? You can't say 2 twins. Like, you need to establish if there's a romantic situation before you get on the plane, that you know you're both getting a queen bed, and you're both going to be in it after the game. Agreed. And how you start chipping away at it is right now you say yes. And you start to own plans of, yup, I'm getting the ticket. Let's make sure we got the room. This is the day I'm going to be there. This is the day I'm going to leave. So now to Jacoby's point, that just booked in a different entry point to your relationship. Now you got to step up the text messages.
Yeah.
Now you got to step up the FaceTimes. Now you might have to ask for some pictures that she might not normally send other guys.
I love that. Jay, let me tell you about single Jacoby from the 90s. Like, I used to be a friend zone guy. You know what I mean? I was figuring my way out of the friend zone. And it's a slippery slope once you start headed that direction, Josh, it's going to be. So you need to establish yourself as romantically interested early and often and set the tone. Because worst case scenario, you get out there and you're just watching the game with her. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I love the Bills.
But also, worst case scenario. Now, here's the worst case scenario. You don't go because you realize that she ain't really into you.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario.
She's into you.
But
You know what I mean?
she's definitely into you.
She's into you, dog. You don't go on trips. So the two, a male and female platonic trip is a rare thing that you'll see. So I got you, Josh. Making moves. Uncle Jan and Jacoby got you. Let's listen to our next voicemail on all voicemail Fridays.
Mayhem can happen on and off the field. Get protected from it this season when you switch and save with Allstate. As chaotic as college football can be, our daily lives can be just as intense. Between home repairs, running errands, and driving to pick up the kids, there are as many changes to your routine as there are in the standard. And since mayhem can happen at any time, shouldn't you be protecting yourself with Allstate? Listen, we know how expensive mayhem can be, but drivers that switch to Allstate saved big. With Allstate, you can get the right defense for the right price. College football is mayhem. Just don't forget Allstate. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local Allstate agent today to find out how much you can save. You are in good hands with Allstate.
Football season is here, and nothing beats seeing your favorite team live. Not only does Vivid Seats have great NFL ticket prices, they're also the official partner of ESPN. Vivid Seats Rewards. You buy 10 tickets, you get the 11 free. Download the app or visit VividSeats.com today. Vivid Seats. Life happens live. The reward credit equal to the average price of 10 tickets purchased, excluding taxes, fees, and processing costs. VividSeats.com/rewards for terms and conditions.
Oh, Jay, shout out, man. Shout out to all. I would give you on my you just call me Dad. I'm a postal worker, you know, I'll be working with you guys while I'm making my deliveries, making my rounds. But I got a problem. Girl I used to go to college with, she on my roof. And I used to be crushing on her for the longest. And now I see her every day because she's a mandatory stop. The only problem is, I got a girlfriend. I really want to ask her out and chat with her. Anyways, what should I do? Keep getting in chat. Come on, boys.
I got you. So here's the thing. There's no more fertile soil to plant a romantic seed in than a very short interaction. You know what I mean? Like, if you're every day, quote unquote, there, in the real name, you got a girlfriend. But just because you have a girlfriend, if you see this woman every day on your rounds, that doesn't mean you can't flirt. That doesn't mean you can't spend a little extra time while you're at that particular stop. That doesn't mean you can't smile. That doesn't mean, you know, that you can't just play at it like Shawshank Redemption. You know what I mean? Chip away slowly. Just chip away slowly at that concrete wall of relationship to a view. Because this is a marathon and not a sprint.
You don't want to, quote unquote, as you said, ask her out. You don't have to do that. You just use a little baby flirt every day. That little newborn baby flirt turns into a little toddler flirt, turns into a little 4-year-old flirt. And then, you got a full-grown adult flirt. You have to ask her out. That is my advice. And I also want to give it out to all the male carriers who take around. Tell the fans to land. Get on the call outside of some place. Here's what I'll tell you. I'll put the focus back in. So when I'm going Jalen into the spot, I get to accentuate a point. I get to explain. I get to shout out the person that I'm using their lyrics. I get to invest and not rush. When I'm doing NBA Countdown, and it's 22 minutes, and there's 4 of us, and half times that are in the blink of an eye, I gotta be a sniper. I gotta shoot bullets. That's what you have to be in this game. And a lot of times, for me, that's the best way. Long form is like being a junior or a senior as a basketball player in college. Sometimes they get a chance to pick you apart too much. Because you're gonna say the wrong thing at some point with all human beings. But here's what I would like you to do. I want you to remember something. If you're interested in somebody, that means other people have been and are interested in that person. So you gotta just and that's what now puts you in a position to actually get her number and go out on a date. And for her to tell her girlfriend, I got dudes coming at me all day, but this one guy today said this. This one guy today brought me this. Why don't you here's what you do? Take her something. Take her something. Find out what she likes to eat. Maybe bring her a little
Something simple, like less than $5. I was thinking about you.
Less is more. Don't bring a bouquet of flowers.
No.
Bring her what's in the numbers 3? Bring her 3 flowers. You know, take something
not
from
even
the
flowers, something
conversation.
thoughtful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I noticed that yesterday when I was over, I noticed the blank was blank. And I thought that maybe you could use blank. That's all.
Correct.
I loved it. You know what? His name ain't really Derek. And one thing I do want to say is I'm not supporting infidelity here, Derek. I'm just saying, if you see her every day, there's nothing wrong with a little flirt and just see where it goes. I don't think you ask her out. You don't jump in the pool. You just dip your toe in, and then you sit on the edge, like your shins get a little wet, and then maybe over time, you'll swim in. Thanks so much for the call. We got time for one more call on this exclusive voicemail Friday. Our final voicemail.
Then Kobe, what up, Cole? Out in Jersey, long time podcast listener. Shout out Fred, up at the school. Jalen, while you at the JRLA compound, and I want to appreciate you for your vulnerability. I myself started with golf. I'm looking to take some clients out there soon. I haven't hit a golf club, but I'm looking a lot like you right now. More ways to play. So put me on the game. What do I need to do to up my golf game and just be respectable? Jacoby, I remember you mentioned taking Q out golfing. My daughter Gabriella just turned 4. Happy birthday, Gabriella. What can I do to get her started with golf? It's bigger than ourselves. So put me on the game there. Keep getting them checked. Keep giving people what they want.
Hey, we need their address. Get their address. DM Jalen and Jacoby on ID. We need their address. They need a hoodie. They need a Puma car. They might need both. We love her. Big shout, girl, dad.
Gabriella in the building.
Shout Gabriella. Way to represent. Play this at school, Gabriella.
I got Gabriella's dad came for golf advice and asked Jalen Rose for golf advice. Every college football season, Goodyear knows the importance of winning on the road. The road will always demand confidence. The confidence to handle whatever the journey brings and to perform under tough conditions. And just like in college football, Goodyear is ready. Are you ready for the road? Visit Goodyear.com to find the right Goodyear tires for whatever road you're on this season. Goodyear. More driven.
What if you were a major transit system with billions of passengers taking millions of trips every year? You aren't about to let any cyber attacks slow you down. Partner with IBM to build a security architecture to keep your data, network, and applications protected. Now you can tackle threats so they don't bring you to a grinding halt. And everyone's going places, including you. Let's create cybersecurity that's easy, on track. IBM. Let's create. Learn more at IBM.com.
It wasn't about the advice. He was asking about the vulnerability of being bad but still willing to play. That's what he was talking about.
Then he came to the right place.
Yeah, he was talking about you look so bad playing golf. How are you now going to find a way to work on your game? And like Jacoby talked, I didn't even think about this till my brother said it. He told me if I'd have been smacking it all over the lot, unless I got a hole in one, nobody would have ever said anything. Ron Harper hit the cover on that JRLA's golf house. I ain't seen no footage go by.
No one cares.
And he's a pro. A brother, the OG. It's a Fab 5 shirt with Scottie Pippen. Here's what I'm now going to do. TGD Global. The people who host the JRLA golf outing, who I love dearly like sisters, Seema and Nisha. They talked to me about getting me out there, some clubs. First off, she said my clubs look like I was swinging a toothpick. That's who I got that from. You know, a pro golfer said that to me. It doesn't make sense. But in all honesty, I'm going to start practicing, taking some swings. Freddie Gibbs about taking me out. David Jacoby talked about taking me. I have multiple people that now going to take me out to golf, and I will improve. But let's talk about Gabriella, the real star of the show. Make sure you save this. The favorite voice of all time in the history of Jalen and Jacoby is Gabriella singing, "Give the people what they want." And then she said, "We're not done. We're not done. We are not done." Great job, girl, man.
Love this call. Love Gabriella. Jalen Anthony Rose.
What up, dog?
You know what? Gabriella needs you to close the positive tradition.
Absolutely. And this is for you and only you, Gabriella, because we'll be back on Monday. Who we had this week? We had Freddie Gibbs on the show. Representing Gary, Indiana. We have Simba, whose album with DJ Drama drops today. We have Griselda's own, The Butcher's Coming. The Butcher's Coming. Join us this week. And also Utah Jazz guard, Jordan Clarkson, all joined us this week. Let me know when y'all get a chance. 98580J. Is there a show that puts on for the culture and has as much range as ours? I want to watch it. I'm not saying it because I'm hating. I would like to watch it because I don't believe it exists. And for Gabriella and Gabriella only, we're not done. We're not done. We are not done.
Be there shortly. I got your back.
Truck should be here. Better look around. Dan was right. The waste does turn people into homicidal maniacs. Here goes nothing. What's going on back there?
Right fusion disposal.
We're leaking toxic waste, Dan.
Now listen to me. Drive as fast as you can, but don't hit anything.
I'm working on it. Add another gang to the list.
Aren't saints supposed to be dead?
Shady Oaks Medical Clinic.
Hey, Tamara. I found a great spot to fake some injuries.
You know you don't have to do this, right?
Just get the forms ready. We're about to make a lot of money.
Shady Oaks.
Tamira, this is totally gonna work.
Until I have to drive down there and scrape your ass up with the shovel.
5 more runs like this, and we're golden. Looks good.
Reload! Don't let them get away!
So, how you been?
What's happening?
Do not make me chase you!
We need backup, now!
Let's get around him!
Get reinforcements!